But while the protesters don't seem to be backing down for now, the operative word the protesters are looking for is withdraw. Soon after the press conference, protesters criticized the word games and vowed to organize further protests if Carrie Lam refused to meet their demands.
立法會裏邊係冇暫緩呢一個定義嘅，但係林鄭月娥一路都以話就係話暫緩，但係呢一個其實係唔尊重緊立法會現行嘅法律嘅機制，絕對唔係一啲法律嘅用語。我相信大家揭雲全香港嘅法律都唔會揾到壽終正寢呢4個字。
Our five demands still not to be heard by Carrie Lam and her government. The Civil Human Rights Front will continue to hold protest and assembly.
Protesters referred to Lam's track record for going back on promises made to the public. Last month, Lam had announced that the bill had been suspended in response to protests, which means that the bill would expire at the end of the legislative session that finishes next July. Instead, she used a Cantonese idiom to describe reaching the end of one's life. And again, Lam had promised that she would resign if the public demanded it, but Lam announced that she would not be stepping down later. Well, the immediate context of the protests in Hong Kong was, of course, the extradition bill. But there's more to the anger in Hong Kong. Most residents of Hong Kong feel alienated from China. And this is true especially of the young population of Hong Kong. Though Hong Kong is a part of China, a majority of the people don't identify themselves as Chinese. Now, only 3.1% of young Hong Kongers between the ages of 18 and 29 think of themselves as Chinese, according to a 2017 survey by the University of Hong Kong. The percentage of people identifying Chinese sank to a record low, 11%, and the percentage identifying as Hong Kong residents alone reached a record high of 53%. In fact, on a specific question of whether Hong Kong residents are proud to be part of China, a staggering 90% said no. This possibly explains the defiance of the young protesters we're seeing at this moment. Remember, one of the most prominent faces of the protests in 2017, Hong Kong pro-democracy activist Joshua Wong, is only 22 years old. WION spoke to Joshua Wong a few days ago, and he said Beijing has ignored its promise to Hong Kong.
One country, two system have been eroded to be one country, 1.5 system. It shows how Beijing ignored its promise to Hong Kong people before the handover. High degree autonomy is fade out. It seems that one country, two system, this model is just a failure. That's why Hong Kong people continue our fights and urge government respond to people demand on free election.
Some reports say that a section of young activists have even called for Hong Kong's independence from China. That would surely alarm the Chinese government. In that context, it's amply clear that the protesters feel that the extradition bill would increase China's control over Hong Kong.